So we're out right now. We're out at the I hope everybody's doing well. Oops, I forgot my coffee. Need my coffee. Need my coffee. I hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to be getting out on the trail here for Layla Santanello as we start embarking on her 1-year milestone candlelight vigil tonight. It's going to be at Borden Park at 8 p.m. And so I figured we'd go for a walk. I figured we'd go for a walk so you guys can see where we've all been. There's one area that we really haven't walked too much. I mean, we walked up a little ways, you know, to where she was, or where she was last spotted, but for the most part, oh, look at this. Look at that, they want food. Aww, they're so cute. They're definitely people friendly. Look at that, they come walking up to you when they see people. This is the area she was around when she disappeared. She was walking, well, we know that the marble slab is no longer her. I had an opportunity to speak to Jen Santanello. Hold on a second, I gotta throw my cord in my bag a little bit better. I should have put it on the other way, but I didn't. My cord is dragging, so give me just a second. I got you guys all plugged up and I got you hooked up to Wi-Fi, so we don't lose any connection and we don't drop, you know, for battery purposes or anything like that. But I did learn this morning, I asked her about the marble slab because, you know, we did get, at first, everybody thought it was her. And then they did locate the woman that was seen at the marble slab. So my next question was, you know, we followed the marble slab down this way. That's how we found out how she got onto this green belt. And so my next question to her mom was, are we sure that the person that we saw on the green belt, or the witness saw on the green belt rather, was truly Layla? And so she said yes, and she explained the situation that happened with the other lady and the timing, and that's why there was such a large difference in timing from when she was up at the marble slab, and we couldn't figure out where was Layla for the 4.5 hours. Well, it wasn't her. So we'll just go back here and I'll show you guys where she came in, where the AmeriCourt hotel is, in conjunction with this green belt. And as you see, it's nice and peaceful. It's got nice paved. Everybody wants to know how she was able to get around without shoes on. It's because she's not walking in the wilderness. She's actually walking on paved concrete. So, and then there's like these little bridges. I don't know if she'd have taken that. That kind of wraps around to the same thing. We took that the last time. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Who's all in chat? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as you guys are coming in. It's nice to see everybody. I appreciate all the love and support here for Layla Santanello. We're just giving a big push of awareness. She has not been seen or heard from since she left. This is kind of the walk path that she would have been on that day. And as you see, children using trails should be accompanied by an adult. Isn't that cute? Now we have to remember Layla Santanello, she was an adult. You know, a lot of people have a lot to say, and I just want to remind people that she was an adult. You know, there's only so much control parents have after the age of 18 when it comes to law enforcement and other things. I can tell you that this whatever, see how wet the trail is? It's like slimy, it's slippery. This trail is a little damp and from the rain, and it's a little slippery. If you guys want to see the water, there you go. It's not as clear as it once was. I think it's because it's summer. When it gets really cold, that water is like, look at that. Well, hello, buddy. How are you? Wow, that was a jump. It's a jumper. You're a jumper. Well, hi. Make squirrels great again. Hey, buddy. He's giving you guys a cameo. Look at that. You're a fat guy. Hi, I'm Bullhorn Betty. Have you seen Layla Santanello? We're looking for a lost girl. Yeah. How are you? He's a very curious guy. He's just a very curious guy. Well, hi. I'm going to leave you be. Have a great day. Have a great day. So this is kind of the path. And like I said, we know that she would not have, she wouldn't have gotten as much exposure had Olivia, I truly believe, had Olivia and I not gotten involved. She just wasn't mainstream media worthy. And it sucks that I say it like that, but you know, that tells you and shows you the power of mainstream media. You know, they can make or break, you know, whether cases get attention. Social media has changed that for a lot of people, even artists. I mean, social media has done amazing things. Like you cut out middlemen coming here. You know, people can actually report what they see instead of being silenced or something by you know, a board of directors. And so we were able to come out here and put a face to this girl and put it out to the world and get her name out there. And people came into you know, from all over the world in droves to help. People came out here and met Olivia and I to search, to do physical searches for this young lady. We came out here and we searched everything, all under here. We searched, you know, all the way back. We searched, and then all the way back that way. We did more searches that way than we did this way. We only came out to where we saw her get on the green belt up here, and that was because a witness informed us. And we never really walked the other way. So I don't even know what the other way is. So I figured while I'm here, now that the rain is stopped, maybe we'll go the other way. But it's nice, and it's you know, we got these trees. Let me pull the cord out a little bit more. I got too tight. We got all these trees, so it's nice. Even if it's sun out, it'd be nice and cool on this path. But you see, there's a lot of places. If she was trying to hide from somebody, she could have hid. And if something happened to her, like a medical event, she would be right where she stayed. I mean, there's no proof that anybody has done anything to her other than hearing rumors and stuff like that. She was seen that morning, but she hasn't been seen since. So, look at that. See, there's a lot of beauty here. There's just a lot of beauty here. Look at that. That's so pretty. With the woods. It's just peaceful, you know? It's a nice trail. I'd love one of these near my house. I'd be on it literally. We would be walking and talking all day, every day. If I had something this nice around my house, this is where we'd be. Every morning talking about true crime, having our cup of coffee. But anywhere and everywhere, you know, there's a lot here. But they said that they've been all through this. And I can tell you, when we came out here shortly after the searches, because I was talking to the detective, we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be intruding on their search areas and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, the officers here in Sullivan, and I can't remember, was it Sullivan? I think I was dealing with Sullivan County. I think that's where Detective Claire is Sullivan. But either way, I worked with him, and he was able to tell me, you know, he couldn't pinpoint or tell me too much, but he was able to identify areas he'd prefer me staying out of until they had brought in their searchers to clear the area. So, of course, we stayed out here on the trail, which was okay with them. And we did some searches, and that was the day that we got Jennifer in contact with a gentleman that she had heard stories that had taken Layla that day someplace. And so she was able to confirm with him that that was not true, that he hadn't seen her, you know, however long. I don't remember the conversation, nor was it my conversation to have, but again, we were able to at least get Layla some, or excuse me, Jennifer, some information that she didn't previously have. So I consider that successful, you know. We didn't find Layla, but we found some additional information that wasn't readily available. And everything, that was one of those things that just kind of came into place because this dude didn't live here. We were walking and talking to neighbors, knocking doors, anybody that was outside, showing them flyers, asking if they seen Layla. And this guy comes around the corner. And we asked him as he's walking, and he just started talking, and he said his name, and she's like, wait a minute, I heard, are you so-and-so? And he's like, yeah. And so they just got to talking, and she was able to get some, at least information. So it's a little bit calmer over here. Like dead calm here. Like there's hardly any movement on the river over here until we get up around all these sticks. But we looked inside this water as well. You know, we walked, Olivia and I had wading gear. So we walked into the water and checked the water and checked, you know, the pipes, the big pipes that come out and kind of flow into the water. We checked, we were able to get out and look into those as well. So this is where she disappeared from. In AmeriCourt, I think we still have to go around. It might be, there should be a cut through. It might have overgrown by now because I mean, it's so, when we came here, it was a little bit cooler, not so much wooded area. I mean, there's a lot of wooded area, don't get me wrong, but we were able to see through a little bit better and find the hotel, like just poking through these leaves, you know? And this is so overgrown back there now, I can't see to the fence. So I'm trying to make sure that I know it's a little bit of a walk, but I can't remember how much of a walk it is. This is the area. This is the green belt in Kingsport, Tennessee. And the water is definitely low because it was much deeper than this when we were out here with our crew in September. So, but see, there's a lot of man covers out here. Look at this. You know, I always wonder, because these things are heavy. You can't lift those up with your hands. It's hard to, I shouldn't say you can't. It's very, very difficult. Unless they have like little drop down handles on it, which some of them may. But these things are heavy and usually need a crowbar just to pop the top, and then you gotta, you know, move it off there. I always wonder, you know, have those all been checked? You know, I don't know. You know, after that whole thing with the potential body over in Corpus Christi, it makes me, you know, just wonder about these things that we don't normally look at or look in. I mean, we're always talking about them, but we assume law enforcement checks them. But I'm learning we shouldn't be assuming all of that. We shouldn't be assuming all of that. And now we're finding out that that body might not be Caleb's. Okay, I think this might be, is this the route in? Oh, this is from the bridge. This is the, so we got to go around just a little bit further, I think. Unless she got in there. Oh no, maybe this is it. This is it. I turned, no, that goes to the, see? That's a path out right there. So I think we go a little bit further because I think I'm getting close to AmeriCourt. I'm not sure. I may have passed it, but we'll go around this bend. And if that's the case, I'll go back that way and see where, oh wait, hold on. Actually, as a matter of fact, is that the plaza? Yeah, so this is one way in that she could have came in, but that's not the path that the guy said, and I can see where we are now. So now I got to go this way. So just to get to the AmeriCourt, and we've been I've just been briskly walking. I haven't been like running or anything like that. And it's taken us about, I don't know, 15 minutes to get back here. I mean, we stopped a few times to look at some scenery stuff. But for the most part, I could have passed it. I may have made a wrong turn, but I think it's around here somewhere. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up. We're on the green belt. This is where Layla Santanello was last seen approaching before she disappeared. And as you can see, there's a lot of wooded area around here. And we've checked the water pretty good in this area. It's not really that deep, it really isn't. It's a little cloudy today, but when we were here closer to Christmas, it was really clear. So we could almost see to the bottom. Trying to find out, it's hard for me to see where the AmeriCourt Hotel is because the foliage has grown up. We used, this was all like kind of, there wasn't that many leaves over here. And so we could see a little bit clearer, but there's a cut through that the kids take to get to the AmeriCourt and to get here, and it's just right around the corner. I think we're getting close to it. Might be this right here. Actually, can't tell. This looks like the apartments that are being built. I know you guys can't see it because of the foliage, but I'm looking through it. Let's see what we got. Oh, here it is. So this is the last place right here. We found it. So this is the building. Looks like they're doing a lot of work out here. But you see that forest right back there? That's where Layla was last seen. She was coming out of there. And this building right here, that back bay, an older gentleman was just coming to work and he saw her. And he said that she came through here and they had a whole bunch of cars parked right here. You couldn't even see through here because of all the cars. And she came up and it wasn't right there, it was right here. This is where she was going in and out of this area from the AmeriCourt. You can even see, hold on, let me see if I can blow this up. You can even see the AmeriCourt Hotel from here, the sign. See it? AmeriCourt. So she stayed in those trees. This looks like they're redoing this whole thing, so I bet you they sold this building, whoever owned this. But this is the right there is the path that they went in through. That's the path we climbed into and got through there, and you can still see how it's still, even though it's overgrown, you can almost still see the path. See? You can still see the path. That's footpath right there. And that's where she came in and out. And so we went toward the AmeriCourt from this point forward after we found the witness. We've never gone quite this way. I've never seen what past this building here. We've never gone this way. So I figured today, for me, I don't know if other people have, but just for me. So I thought I would go this way and see what's, this way, because we don't know where she went or where she could have gone. But she disappeared here, How did she disappear? Did she get a ride? Which I believe she did. I believe she was able to get a hold of somebody and somebody came and picked her up, or she was able to get to somewhere where she used a phone or had transportation. I don't know how, but this is what I truly believe. And I know law enforcement has penetrated this area when she disappeared, when they found out that she was at the AmeriCourt Hotel. They had dogs, they had canines, they had, the typical stuff. They even had horses, if I remember correctly, along with ATVs and everything else back here, looking for her in these woods. And they never found her out here. When I talked to anybody on this path, we were here multiple times. We did that for a purpose because we knew this was the last place she was seen. So we came out here. Do you know every single person out here? Like, there's a lot of regulars out here. They use the water to bathe in. They sleep out here, believe it or not. There's a lot of homelessness out in this area. And like I found, where they hide their belongings so other people won't find them, because we were searching for, we left them where they were. We didn't disturb other people's stuff or anything like that. But there was a lot out here. And every time we talk to, especially the people that were part of the homeless community that are always out on this trail, I don't know if they were just, you know, possibly on substances and just couldn't remember, or if they truly never seen her, you know? So this private property, so I've never been back this way before. But manholes and stuff like that, I don't know how I'd feel about being right on the green belt. There's a lot of homelessness that sticks around here. I'd be very uncomfortable with this property here not being fully fenced in, but it seems like they're fine. But these are all over the place. Are these bolted down? They look like they're bolted down. So these are bolted down. Look at that. I've never seen them bolted down before. Unless that's not bolted down, that's just the cover on top of them and just grooved for them, because it doesn't look like there's anything really bolting the actual top down. So I don't know. It seems like they would be pretty easy to get up, you know, to get off, but we don't know. But it's good to know that they have a house here. I wonder if they have cameras. I wonder if they saw her that day. It is possible. That's an interesting find. I didn't see that coming. Like a house literally right on the greenbelt. There's houses back here, y'all. Huh. Well, this is interesting. And a footbridge. This looks more like her path of travel. Huh. Interesting. All right, guys, well, we're going on a little hike. I'm gonna go this way first. Let's see which way this footbridge takes you. This looks like a bridge for a car. Wow. Oh my. Huh. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody can... Huh. That's got me concerned there. This is definitely a den somebody can use to be really out of people's view to use. This is very quiet. I don't see a lot of people coming this way. I know that I'm pretty sure that Layla's mom went this way. I'm almost 100% confident because I remember asking her once before, and I'm pretty sure they searched this way. But that right there, that right there's got me bothered. We need to find out about that back there. That right there just got me bothered. And like there's even places over there that you can walk on the other side with path. Oops. See the path over there? We definitely have a path over there that goes somewhere because I can clearly see it. I wonder how to get over there. I can clearly see a path over there that goes into the woods. We got the big rocks in the water. It makes it very hard. But it looks like they've got a place that comes from around there. That looks like where they go into the entrance, somewhere over there. And then there's a walk path on that side out there in the bushes that go up by that house. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So I don't know how far we're in. Hi, you guys. For those that are just watching, please don't forget to go out and put a thumbs up for me. Let us know where you're from. Let us know your temperature. Right now, as you guys can see, in Kingsport, Tennessee, we've got a lot of clouds. So it's overcast. We had some rain this morning. It's probably about low 80s right now. Nice and cool. I'm out in the wilderness and I'm sweating a little bit, but it's just on my forehead. And I think I'm sweating because of, you know, just walking. It's been a while since I've been active. You know, I've been home for 3 months with the car. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go until we're going to find out what the heck this goes to. I feel like I got some, like a rock or some trash in my shoe. It's driving me nuts. But when we come back, next seat, but there's a sign up there and I want to see what that sign says. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. Miss Colts, Lisbeth, Sweet Tea with Don B. It's nice to see you, my love. I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. WebSense, Heather, it's nice to see you. B. Betty, it's nice to have you. Kendra, Jody. I got my glasses on, it's still hard. 7 True, it's nice to see you. True Crime Fanatic, nice to see you. I hope everybody's doing well today. We're just on a walk to remember Layla Santanello. Tonight's her 1-year milestone of her being missing. This is not a milestone we like to ever celebrate. We like to celebrate milestones when people come home and come home safely. And with this story, it doesn't sound like that's going to be one. And of course, we're in Tennessee. It makes it a little more difficult. And I think one of the things, honestly, you know, I keep thinking one of the things I do when I have a complaint, and I say the complaint over and over and over again, it drives me nuts. Just major pet peeve of mine. I hate complaining about something without trying to find some solutions to it. And so when you strip everything away here in Tennessee, you know, what is the main issue with Tennessee? And it's a lack of essential services. That's what I call a lack of essential services. Internet in 2024 is an essential service, much like our water, much like our electricity. And so that service alone would most likely help identify a lot more criminals and crimes. Just that one essential resource that is needed throughout the state of Tennessee, not in just the major metropolitan areas, out here in these. See those trees way up there? Those trees right there can house equipment. You don't need big poles. They've already got them. This is Tennessee. All they need to do is get up there and install equipment. Now, of course, it's easier said than done, right? We still have to bring in the wires that power all that stuff up there. But I think it's time for Tennessee to really take a hard look at the essential services, especially in more mountainous terrain such as this. Because in Hopkins County, I think that case would be closed if we had the proper infrastructure, digital infrastructure, which they're lacking. And I find that to be lacking in a lot of these. You know, another place that's really lacking in those services is North Carolina. North Carolina is going to be one of those problematic areas, in my opinion, because these essential services are needed. When we have problems like this, how do we track people? Even their cars. How do we track them? Usually satellites and internet. That's it. If we don't have internet, we're down to satellites. Not everybody out here in Tennessee can afford new cars. So those black boxes aren't really that great in those older cars. They're excellent in our newer vehicles. A lot of these crimes could be solved. They're not solved because of lack of essential services. It is a nice place. I'm starting to get really sweaty. Sweaty Betty, Sweaty Betty. One of these days I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna design the Betty line. We're gonna go with Machete Betty. We're gonna go with Sweaty Betty. We're gonna go with Bedhead Betty. Hell, I might even do a Grandma Betty. Why not? Look at this. So we got some land over here to hide in. This takes you back to a whole different type of community. Who does she know back here? I have a funny feeling, now that I see this side over here, I have a funny feeling she most likely went this way. I don't know why. I feel like she went this way and went to that one spot and crossed over. I really do. Or she went back to that cross through and went to that road we passed before I found the AmeriCourt hotel where she was able to get on this trail. I think she walked there because that was right there and she got right on a main road. But also that one spot that turned, it turned right into a main road. Let's go back there. I want to go down that road. We know what's back here. Hi guys.
Hey.
So there we have it. Oops, I was wondering where that liquid was coming from. It's my coffee. It's spilling all over me. Good coffee. Good coffee. Found this place here, 7 Brew. Never heard of it before. Very good though. Very good coffee. And I got an extra shot of espresso. Keep Betty moving. Betty is powered by espresso. Espresso and Energizer batteries. So this is just interesting. I like this area. I'm not convinced she went the other way because now that the AmeriCourt, or not the AmeriCourt, the marble slab is off the table, and it truly is off the table. I verified it this morning. Then we have to find another path of her travel. And I think it was this way. I really do. And I think she went the other way, then we went this way. I wanted to see what was this way. But I can see her, if she needed to leave and she needed to get somebody to come get her, she would have been on a main road. But that one spot with that gate, man, I always get EBGBs when I see stuff like that, you know, because when you're trying to get rid of something, you're going to go to a place that has no access, you know? I feel like this would be an area of comfort for them because it seems like, you know, she lived here long enough. It seems like people utilize this area. This is very well known to people that are, you know, homeless or other things. And just to clarify, she was not homeless. You know, she had a bed in her mom's house. She was staying with Michael. They got into a fight and she was staying with friends or people she thought were her friends at a hotel. That really is the nuts and bolts of it. She was not homeless. She did have some, you know, issues she was struggling with, as we all know. But she literally just, like many people in Tennessee, vaporized. Vaporized. No sign, nothing. How can people in Tennessee consistently, like, do they have a book here that's going around that tells you how to make somebody disappear forever? Because I'm starting to think that there's something on the internet or a handbook being handed around somewhere. Because I don't understand how people can be this smart all the time here in Tennessee. Like, we got 4 cases where bodies aren't found. Where the hell are these bodies? Are they above ground or below ground? Are they breathing or not breathing? You know? I don't know. I don't know where they're going. They got to be going somewhere. They got to be going somewhere. Hey guys, I do have my glasses on. Let me start reading some of your comments while we walk. Sweaty Betty, workout gear. Betty, there we go. You guys want to see, like, I am like seriously like getting sweaty. There's the garb. There's the get up right now. You know, I got the little satchel with all the stuff, cords coming out of everything. I'm sweating. If you guys can't see the sweat on my forehead, like it's like literally dripping. I'm wearing the reading glasses, which aren't giving me the much coverage that I need, so I'm still squinting because it needs to be, there's too much light going in there. I got sensitive eyes. I'm gonna switch you guys around. There we go. Yeah, I was staying at a hotel. Yeah, she was staying at a hotel with some people, and apparently all her stuff was in the room, and she must have been kind of either extremely tired or, you know, got some substances, and she ended up leaving the room for whatever reason, and she couldn't find her way back to the hotel room she was specifically in, so she was knocking on a bunch of doors from what I hear, and something got startled and somebody told her to leave, and so she saw cops creeping through the community, and I think it kind of bugged her out a little bit, and that's what made her act all weird and nervous in front of the witnesses, is that she thought the cops were there for her and they were not. So I don't know how, you know, I'm assuming a lot here, but that's my understanding of what may have transpired and what freaked her out. Whew. So this is kind of where we're coming back to. This is where I haven't been back this far before. It is some type of concerning a little bit. We got kids here. Let me just turn this way. Hi guys. Sorry, the camera. Okay, sorry. I'm spilling coffee all over myself. Okay. So it's just a nice little path to go down here, you know? Just a nice path. So now we're kind of back where we were, where I split and I came this direction. And so let's go look at the other direction, because I think the other direction is what takes her to the main road. This is why I think she may have taken this after seeing this area. This is the first time. I'm still going to be concerned about that right there, because you can get around that gate easily. You know, you can see the path where people just drive right around it right there. You see that? People are driving around this gate to the back. So that's a concern for me right there. I'd like to get back there. But at least we know they have some restrooms, some places to put bikes, some water if they need it. So they do have something out here in case, you know, they need it. So this is where we came from, and we're gonna go back down to this point as well. Okay, so we're gonna go back there, but right now I'm just gonna see what's this way. And I think this wraps around and takes you back out like the AmeriCourt area. Might as well check it out. We are out here. Definitely goes somewhere. I almost want to drive it. That looks like it's long. I don't think I'm going to go all the way back there. But there's a way out. There's a way out right there. So did she come down this way? And I don't see any cameras on the house. I see floodlights. There might be a camera. That might be a camera on the house right there. That might be a camera, but I don't know. I don't know. So she came here. I would think that they would have her on camera at this house. So law enforcement might want to, they haven't already, but it's probably late now. I mean, we're at a year. I'd hope that they would have checked all of this. You know, that's all we can do is hope. But this is the last place Layla was seen alive. She hasn't been seen since the day she was seen entering this greenbelt path. If you guys hear all that, the birds chirping, like, it's nice. Maybe we'll go sit on the next bench. We'll sit down and just enjoy some of the nature's music and just chat. I can re-chat, but it's going to take me a little bit to get there. There's water down there. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Yeah, I'm on this little screen and it makes it very difficult to see whether you guys can see the water or not, but I don't think you can. Maybe little bits and pieces of it. I wish I would have remembered those duckies. I would have brought some bread with me to feed to them. I mean, she was so tiny. She was just so tiny, y'all. She was like, I don't know, 5'3", 5'4", maybe that's too tall for her. I can't recall. I know she wasn't much taller than me, and she was a lot thinner than me. I think she was like 100, maybe 110 pounds. I think she was a certain size, but I think she lost a lot of weight. I don't think the people that you know, anybody had known that, because we were looking for her at 120 pounds, and when I saw her last photo, there's no way she was 120 pounds. She was much thinner than 120 pounds. Much thinner. So we do have private property on the greenbelt. So this is like private property up past that, because there's again, that's the building that had the witness that saw Layla that day coming out of the woods. Did I tell you guys this coffee? Okay, here we go. I gotta feel how wet the seat is. It did rain here earlier today. So, you know how wood is, it absorbs like crazy. See how wet this is. Ugh. It's not too wet. If my butt gets a little wet, it'll dry off before the day's over with. Ugh. Whew, doggy. That is a walk. That is a walk. So we'll just look at this. Listen to some nature. Oh, I saw somebody, whoever gave the 99 cents, thank you. I didn't see it. Did I see it? Did I say hi? Did I say thank you? Whoever it was, thank you. For those that are just tuning in, we have 379 people in chat, 390 people in chat. If you guys have not given a thumbs up, please do. We're out here on the Greenbelt in Kingsport, Tennessee. This is the last place Layla Santanello was seen alive. And she was seen here on June 27th, 2023, 1 year ago today. And we've searched this trail mostly the other way, because that was where her stomping grounds were. I never really looked this way. I know other people have been out here and have looked down this way of the path, but this was the first time we went down there personally, us. And what we found out is that there are ways out of this greenbelt and this path. The house does, that one house does look like it may have had a camera up on the eave of the house. So hopefully law enforcement did acquire that information from that homeowner to see if Layla went that way. But I don't know which way she went. I don't know where she went. None of us do. It was a little suspect, because Michael, you know, had been looking for her since June 24th. He had been reaching out to her mother. As you know, he was recently arrested for extortion, where he tried to get money from Layla's family from her phone app and say that somebody was keeping her hostage until they paid, and you know, her mom was smart enough not just to send the money, to send like $1 at a time, to ask for passwords or keywords or something to verify that truly was Layla, from her phone. And she didn't know what was going on. She was confused. But Michael was right behind Layla that morning. So when I spoke to the witness, they said that they saw Layla between 7:30 and 8 a.m., I believe is what they said. And by about 9:30, Michael was right behind, asking where his wife was and asking if had he seen her. And that he had been looking for her since the 24th and was literally right behind her an hour later. It makes me wonder, did she call him? Did she tell him where she was and he come to pick her up and to find her on the greenbelt and take her with him? I mean, he was literally an hour behind her, and she disappears and never seen again. That's the one thing that's always spooked me. Now, we've heard from Layla's mom that he's been fully cleared, and you know, I don't know if that's what law enforcement is telling her. I don't know, you know, again, I haven't heard from law enforcement either way. I'm just telling you the stuff that always seemed to stand out to me in this situation. And one thing that really stood out to me was, at first I thought it was because he was concerned for her and was searching for her along with the family, but it sounds like he was searching for her long before she actually disappeared. That's what has me concerned with Michael. I don't know what's going on with Michael. I know that he had her phone and was demanding money at the time she disappeared. So again, we've got a lot of Michael popping up in here in and around the same date and time that she disappeared, but that doesn't mean anything. Again, you know, we're hearing that it's possible that Michael has been fully cleared, so I don't want to throw him under the bus, but in the same sense, it's hard to talk about this case and aspects of this case without, you know, bringing his name up, because he is involved in this case. He was dating the victim in this matter. He did lose her. He was reaching out. He was asking her family for money. He was passing around that Layla had stolen a lot of money from him and his mom, that she basically cleaned the account out. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if maybe he cleaned the account out and she stole it from him, or that was all smoke and mirrors. Again, don't know. These are rumors that I had heard. I can't even corroborate them because I don't have anybody to corroborate them with. I feel that Kiera knows more than she's saying she does. I feel her boyfriend knows more than he's saying he does. And I believe Michael knows more than he's saying he does. If you want my truth about this situation. Getting on with the attacks coming from that wannabe cop, you know, little D, or little man syndrome guy, the public PI that Layla's dad's working with, that's just doing everything he can to attack the mother of a missing child. Mind you, this is the first time he's ever even come to the state of Tennessee, and his daughter's 21 years old and she lived here for 18 years. If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does. And it really infuriates me when you have parents that are part-time parents coming in and trashing the full-time parents. It really pisses me off. It gets under my skin. And so that's kind of the situation we've got here. There's, you know, I have no problem with George and Brittany other than their abuse of Layla's mother. You know what I'm saying? That is my only problem with them. She's going through enough, and they should be trying to assist instead of hurt. And that's what I feel like they're doing. They're too busy trying to take the spotlight and trying to trash a mother that's been out here searching for their daughter, when they've been, you know, held up in New Jersey collecting, you know, gifts for Nova Grace on their Christmas list. I'm just curious, did Nova Grace ever get those toys? You know, get those items, the Hollister gift cards and stuff like that? I'm just curious. That squirrel is just, I think that squirrel just wants attention. What are you doing? What are you doing? You trying to be the star of the show? You trying to find all the crazy nuts that follow me? Are you gonna protect me? Are you gonna protect me? All right. I got some big old squirrels around here. Those bodies of those squirrels are, they're big. They don't go without food around here, I can tell you that. Those are fat little suckers. They're healthy. They look happy. Everything around here looks happy and healthy. The path is drying up. My butt's not wet, so the wood must dry out pretty good here, or they must have something on it that repels the water, because there was like, and I know it rained pretty good here today because I went to meet Jen. I was running a little bit late this morning because of the sleep thing from last night. Well, it was really the sleep thing from this morning, just waking up too early and then accidentally falling back asleep. But when I woke up and went to walk out, I walk out and I open the door and it's just raining. I'm like, oh, hello rain. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty day. Oh, no, it looks like more rain might be coming in, actually. So, looks like more rain might be coming in. I know I talked to Olivia. Well, I didn't talk to Olivia. Olivia texted me a little while ago. She's heading into town. I don't know how far out they are from Kingsport, so I've got to, you know, call her and see. But this is it. We're back to where it all began. It all began right here, y'all. This is where she got on the green path. She was alive and walking and talking on June 27th at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, right here. Right here. And from that point on, has a big question mark. From that point on, we have a big question mark. We have no earthly idea what has happened to her. But I'd have to think this day and age, 2024, even though she wasn't always on social media, she was still on social media. She still knows her usernames and passwords. She still hasn't reached out to her mom. She still hasn't gone on social media. She has no access to money. She has no access to a cell phone. She has no access to anything. She was shoeless, with nothing on her but the clothes on her back. She had nothing. What I'm trying to say is, if she wanted to get gone or run away, she'd need help. She's called nobody for help. She's reached out to no friends for help. Hi. Nobody. And there's a lot of woods here. And there's access to other sides of this because we got on the other side of this. This water, some places are just a rock bed that you can just walk across to the other side. Some of them you have to wade across. Like this one you'd have to wade. This is probably the deepest part right here. How's the reception? Has the reception been coming in pretty good? Hopefully the reception's coming in well. They should interview the person who told her to leave. They did. They did. We found, it was the manager up there at the AmeriCourt. We also spoke to several witnesses from the AmeriCourt that described her state and how she was terrified. Like she was running away from them, and they were trying to help her, and she ran so hard she ended up stumbling and falling down and got up and kept leaving. So she had the people there concerned for her. They were trying to help her, and she wouldn't say anything. And she almost, when they were describing how she was acting, you know what it made me think of? Shock. Like she had saw something she shouldn't have seen and was scared, like shock. It just seems like that's what they were describing to me, you know. And I think I don't know, Like, I keep wanting to know what happened in that hotel room because, you know, other people are saying that she left the hotel room for something, but nobody can tell you why she left the hotel room and why she couldn't find the hotel room that she was in. And then why was she acting so upset around other people? When you hear how it's described, let me know what you think. Does it sound like, it sounds almost like she was in shock, in some sort of shock. Sounds like Michael could have covered or something. Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, we don't know what she was on at the time, and therefore we don't know, you know, she could have been tripping or a number of other things. We don't know. Also, lack of sleep. Like, some of these people, you know, they stay up for days on end, not even realizing they've been up for days on end. And it does something to their brain. You know, just the lack of sleep itself. It's like a psychosis or something that it does, but it flips out the brain and your brain starts flipping on you and making you think that something's there when it's not. And it's just because you're so extremely exhausted and tired. Your brain's just confused. It needs to be powered down and sleep. So I don't know. Beautiful scenery. It is. It is an amazing scenery. Like I said, if I had something like this around the house, around my house, I would definitely be running at least a live or two a week from a walk like this. Like, this is really pretty. I feel like just being out here, my stress level has gone down a lot, you know? I can see the beauty, the peacefulness, the serene. If I wasn't talking to you guys, you know, I could see myself looking and peering into the water, looking at the wildlife. It's definitely quiet and pretty. But it's not this covered in the winter times, though. It's not this covered in the winter times. I love this sound, though. That's that trickling. Let's get out here. It's drier than it has been. Hopefully I can get back up. Pretty. But I don't like how slimy this. What the heck is on this road to make it feel so slimy when it's must be some moss, some type of moss or something on here that's not really visible. But I tell you, just that little bit of, it's not like I'm not sliding, but I can tell my shoes are not gripping. So we're almost done with the tour, guys. We're getting back to where we were to begin. I'll take you guys just a little further down to the other overpass. This is where we were able to check the manholes for the people that are new to the Layla Santanello case. She's been missing. Oh, there's a deer. Holy shit. There's a deer. There's a deer. Shh. It's going back into the woods. Oh, sorry. Did you guys see that? It was a deer. It was a deer right by that big... Shh, we're gonna be very quiet. There's a deer back here. We're gonna try to capture it. There it is. She's right here somewhere. There she is. I don't want to get up on that. She's back here. Where is she? I've lost her. I can't find her. I can't find her. Oh, let's try to get up on there. I bet you will find her from there. Let's go look. Deer hunt now. It was pretty. It was so peaceful watching her eat. She looked young. She looked young. I don't know where she's at. Oh, where is it? There she is. There she is. Just eating. Just eating. That was nice. That was nice. We don't get stuff like that here on the Bullhorn Buddy channel. Interesting. We got to see a deer. We got to see some duck. We got to see a very energetic squirrel that loved being the center of attention. It's nice out here. It's nice out here. Sign of a deer means follow your intuition. Follow your feeling about it. Now, my feeling is, honestly, my feeling is she was on this trail and she got off this trail and met somebody. Who is that somebody? Well, we know that in that lifestyle, your real circle's pretty close because it's got to be small because everybody screws you over. So there's only going to be certain people that you trust to come call and come get you. You know, who was her circle of trust? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Who's her circle of trust? And then you're going to have a winner chicken dinner. Because let's face it. Sometimes you get the most loyalty from strangers and the most stabs in the back by the people you love and know. Always remember that. Always remember that. One lady surrounded herself with bad people, unfortunately. Yep. At least you don't see Chris or Terry. Yeah, well, we're going to be rolling through their neighborhood tomorrow sometime, probably late, maybe into the early mornings, to see how many of those signs are still up. This will gauge the community. Is the community really searching for Sebastian? Are they acting like they are? You know? That's the question. Because nobody should have a problem with the boy's face being up. The only reason why they'd have a problem with it is if they're embarrassed that it happened in their neighborhood, and nobody gives a rat's ass about their feelings about embarrassment. We have a 15-year-old boy to find. So I'm curious how many upper scale, you know, people don't really give a crap about a 15-year-old boy. I'm about to find out in a couple days. That's for sure. And then I won't feel any pity when I got to do what I got to do later down the road. So we are back. It's official. We made it back. So there's the day tour. Took us a little over an hour to see everything that we needed to see. This is where I'm at. And we've been out here many times, and nothing leads us to answers. And you know why? Because I truly believe she was removed from this area. I believe she got into a car and left this area. I always felt that way until that marble slab, The marble slab was one of those weird things that I couldn't, you know how I always tell you about the weird things that just don't fit in the puzzle. That was one of the weird items that just didn't fit in the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't fit in the puzzle. And so now that that's been removed, we don't have a 4-hour gap that we need to fill anymore. We have the entire time from 8:30 on. So she hasn't been seen from that since that point. Whew. Don't know why I even bothered putting makeup on today, but I did. Just want to let you guys know I love you. Yeah, Betty Sweaty. We got Betty Sweaty. Whew. All right, y'all. We are back. Whew. We are back. Oh. Did I tell you my butt hurts? Did I tell you about my glutes? Did I? Hold on. You guys are about to fall. About 2 seconds. Okay. Give me a second while I do the flip-a-day-roo. You guys gotta have to wait a second. Gotta get it in the hoist. Now we can flip it. Good gracious. Come on, what? Here we go. All right, what is going on here? What is going on here? Hold on a second, guys. Let me get this. There we go. Now we got it like that. Okay. Whoo! This car is hot, hot, hot. Ugh. Get some AC. You guys are gonna hear this AC run. Freshly showered. Hi guys. Oh, good gracious. That was a little bit of a trip, y'all. Woo, doggy. All right, we are back. Guys, it's nice to see you. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bullhorn Betty. We cover true crime here on Bullhorn Betty True Crime. This crazy crew you see in the chat with either the blue or the green, those are your crazy family members, and they are called the Coffee Club. We have been working for years trying to bring answers to some of the most crazy cases that we know on the news. One of those cases is the case of Layla Santanello, and this case kind of resonates with me personally. For those that don't know my story or my walk, I do have quite the story and quite the walk. So I came from, some money. It's not that we were raised in, in squalor or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Both my parents came from dirt floor poor homes, and they worked their ass off. One of the things that we can say about dirt floor poor is like my mama said, it's one thing to be poor, it's another thing to be dirty, right? If you'll notice anything, I'm a slob, but I'm not a dirty slob, okay? And growing up in my house, again, we had some money, but our life was not, when it was really good, it was really good. When it was really bad, it was really bad. And that was kind of my story. And that fighting, that infighting in my home, and some of the things that I witnessed inside my home led me down some paths unbeknownst to me, right? I didn't realize that that's how I was coping with stuff. And so coping with stuff led me to hiding alcohol under my bed, drinking just about every night. It led to me utilizing marijuana and other substances. And it's one of those things where you're fine on it until you're not. And then that's what happened to me. And when I wasn't fine or couldn't control it anymore, within 6 months, it almost took me to my grave. So my family's had to go through a lot of the same stuff that Layla's family had to go through, except the difference is my family gets me, and they get me sober. Her family didn't get that long with her. That's one of the things with this disease, is that you may have one clean in you, but you may not have another relapse in you. Now, I don't know if she's tried to get clean. I'd have to imagine with her struggle, she probably thought many times she was going to do it this time and fell short. Anyways, her story is not one that is for mainstream media. They like their perfect people, their perfect victims that have no problems, that were just in the wrong place at the wrong time type of victims. They don't really care so much or have the palate to have other types of victims that still didn't deserve what they have, but aren't as pristine or prestige or as clean as the image that mainstream media wants. And I feel like that is Layla Santanello's case. Does it change the fact that she's a mom, that she's a daughter, that she would have been an aunt? No. Does it change the fact that she was loved? No. So we got involved in this case fairly early on when she first disappeared, and we ended up getting flyers sent out to Layla's mom immediately. I can't even remember what day it was. I want to say it was like, I remember it was a Sunday. She was freshly disappeared, and it was a Sunday, and all that they requested at that time is just flyers. And I couldn't send them. My printer was out of ink. I was trying to get some stuff and get them in the mail, so I ended up having to order flyers, which killed me, because to get 250 flyers was almost I think 150. It was between 150 and $200. It was ridiculously high. It was like 50 cents a sheet. I've never, that to me is just ridiculous. There's no way that color. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it. But we were on a limited budget, but we still did what we could do to help. I would have liked to have gotten 500 or 1,000 flyers to her, but we could only afford, the channel could only afford 250, but we got it immediately out there to her. And so we didn't know this, nothing, it was just a mom. Nobody was really paying attention to the mom. I think she was only getting a few hundred views on her TikTok. And so I was watching, and I didn't really want to get involved because I was at the bulk of the bullying, where everybody was just attacking me. This mom was just crying. I didn't want to bring you know, because people are just nasty. There are evil people out there, and I knew that if I got involved, that these evil people would start jumping on her shit. And of course, nobody would help. I even gave like 2 weeks. I remember saying, guys, this case needs to, all hands on deck. I literally gave 2 weeks, and nobody would help. Nobody would cover her case. Not a single person would even touch her case. And so I just looked at Olivia and I said, I'm going out to Tennessee, and she said, I'm coming with you. And we made that case go viral, and guess what happened? The shit show shows up and starts attacking Layla's mom and starts berating me and telling her how I'm going to scam her and I'm going to cause all this problem, all these lies to a woman that's just trying to find her. Like, she gives a rat's ass about some YouTube. This is what these hate channels do, that they keep trying to tell their audience that you don't do. And I'm sorry, I have to keep bringing it up because I'm going to expose the crap out of it. I'm sick and tired of us not talking about it, and it keep happening. Because they did it to Seth, they did it to Layla, and they'll do it to other families too. They don't care about their mental well-being. They think their emotional support and their need to hate me is trumps a mother losing her child. They're animals. And so we came out here, and of course the case goes viral. Of course, the case goes viral. And next thing you know, everybody under the sun wants to jump on the bandwagon, even though they did not have, they had every opportunity to cover this case 2 weeks before I ever got involved, and refused to until I got involved. And then when I got involved, they wanted to beat up the mother. And it's the same exact people. The shit PIs, Chloe and SF, attacked the mom through private information that were confidential, violating their own ethics. On Twitter, private communications with a mother of a missing child. They think that that is public information. I do not like internet PIs. I think they're garbage. All internet PIs that do this are garbage. If you're trolling missing persons, it's one thing to use your license to help find people, but when you're trolling and looking for families and telling them that you're a legit PI, but you sit at home and do data mining, that's not a legit PI. That means you've never seen what PIs do. You have no concept of a real PI work. Because one thing I've learned with PI is the stealth, the private part. That is their bread and butter. Being public, you're not a private investigator. That's actually the exact opposite of what people are looking for. But once again, we got another internet PI causing chaos in a case, causing another mother grief, a mother that's literally dealing with a 1-year milestone, and they got this asshole with a little dick or a little man problem berating her online on the day that she is having to deal with a 1-year milestone of her daughter's disappearance because he got a little penis or a little man problem. You know, it's sad. And people want to know why I get so frustrated and I'm so abrasive. It's because I see this shit every day and it drives me nuts. And I get so sick and tired of people worrying about their own feelings. At least they've got feelings. At least they've got feelings. Layla most likely has none. Do you think I really care about somebody with feelings versus somebody that has none? Your emotional well-being is not my problem, it's yours. If you need somebody to be emotional with you, you're on the wrong channel. Because you'll find out very quickly that this channel is about the victims, not about the subscribers. The subscribers are here to support the cause if they so choose to. That's even up to them. You know? There's no requirements around here. The only requirement is not to be a dick in my chat. That's it. Alright, let me get this back on. Oh my gosh, just a few moments in this car with this AC. Holy smokes, y'all. It is, I feel 100% better. It was hot out there. It really was. It really was. Actually, let me put you guys over here so I can work a little bit better. There we go. I think that works out a lot better for me. Okay, let's see what we got going on in chat. Hey guys, I'm finally here. I can finally see you. It's nice to see you guys. It's nice to see you. We have 260 people that gave the thumbs up. 418 people. The math ain't mathin', y'all. The math ain't math, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. We just did a walk to remember for Layla Santanello as we are leading into tonight's candlelight and prayer vigil for
Layla Santanello, anybody that's out in the Tennessee area that wants to come out, support me, support the family, more importantly, support the victim, Layla Santanello. Please make your way out to Borden Park by 8 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. tonight is when we are going to be honoring this young lady and praying for her safe return home. Nobody knows where she's at. It's another Summer Wells. It's another Holland Snap. It's another Sebastian Rogers. You know, nobody knows where our kids are. Nobody knows where our kids are. And hurry up and wait, but don't hold your breath, because you might be gasping for air. You know, it's stuff that I don't like listening to. I'd like some of these. Like, I just want, at this point, guys. I mean, I'm a reasonable person. I just want one of these cases to finally have some resolution. Like, we've been doing this for 4 years, and 3 of those years, Summer Wells' case has been active and open, and no arrests has been made, even though she was living in the worst, most deplorable conditions that a human can possibly live in. And her parents aren't arrested for that alone. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. We are here 3 years later, and they wonder why I'm so angry with Tennessee and why I'm in here, in their state, demanding change. If you guys are from the state of Tennessee, it's time for change. You guys need to be a law and order state and say whatever law and order has been going on in this state is for the birds. You guys need to kick top brass out of office. Everywhere across this state. I'm sorry, there's going to be some good people going out with some of the bad people, but this is not policing. This is not. I don't know what this shit is, but it ain't policing. When I got 4 active cases and not one freaking arrest, with some of the stuff that I've seen, we've got problems with law enforcement here. Period. We got problems with law enforcement, and we got problems with the laws. Both need to be fixed and corrected. The only way you're going to fix them and correct them, y'all, is voting. If you guys are sick and tired of this story to keep repeating itself year after year, guys, year after year, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, year after year, same story, different faces. Same story, different faces. They just keep racking up here. I don't get it. How do we keep racking up missing kids? You know? Should all be about the victims, not the creators. Exactly. But even when I try to make it about the victims, what do these other creators make it about? Right? You guys watch it. I'm out here doing real work, and like even Sebastian Rogers, advocating. Absolutely 100% advocating for that young boy. Did nothing wrong, knocked on no doors, bothered no person. And I still can't even do it without these animals. They're all of their lies, their inciting of their audience, them trying to dox me to have some of their crazy audience after they incite them to come and attack me. There's no other purpose than to... Let me make sure my... Sorry about that. I just got a hiccup on my my hotspot. Somebody walked behind. I get so worried if somebody's using like a blocker, but somebody just walked behind my car and it died for a second. Give me just a second. I was getting a text from my mom. Anyways, got this. I haven't trusted SF since Kylie. Gives me bad vibes. Well, you know what, Gina? It pisses me off because not only did he do that in Kylie Rodney's case, but remember he went in and started attacking Dylan Rounds' parents because they didn't want to work with him anymore because he's a douchebag. So now we have like literally a history, an MO of SF Investigates from all these cases that he's covered, and every time the family doesn't want to work with him, he does this little penis problem of wanting to attack the family because he can't handle rejection. He's a freaking idiot. And whoever uses him are idiots. No pun intended. Sorry, George and Brittany, but nobody ever accused me of being sugarcoating anything. Just saying. Ain't nobody ever accused me of sugarcoating crap. People don't like the way I talk. That's on them. This is me. This is me. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm perfectly fine with that. The only person I need to like is myself. And I do just fine with me. Aw, thank you guys. You Betty, thanks. I stopped following Dolly for that reason. Well, Dolly's kind of, you know, he's kind of like the Howard Stern. You know, that's the kind of how I you know, you got nothing he said. You got to take what he says with a grain. I mean, he's no web sleuth, but he does get some, you know, he does have the turtles. The turtles help him out quite a bit, you know, keeping them together. But sometimes he just goes off the rails and just would rather, you know, poke fun, which I think it's tacky to poke fun out of, you know, out of the most innocent person of everybody. I mean, I just can't believe everybody attacked Seth the way they did, and it was all over lies. Everything that they said were lies. They try to use like these court records as a way to try to prove their point or drive their narrative. But when you look at the court orders of those very records and you realize that those allegations weren't substantiated, and how do we know they weren't substantiated? Because if those allegations were substantiated, they would never have given Seth split custody, joint custody of his son, especially with him being homeless and not having a physical location. They would have never done that if those things were, if that in addition to him being home, no court would have done that. That right there tells me that they did not believe the crap that was in those court papers for them to do that. Because I know judges and how typically judges work, and no judge is doing that. So that's what leads me to believe that those were not founded allegations. Because if those were founded allegations and he was homeless, Katie would have gotten permanent custody, 100% custody of Sebastian, period. So I don't know. I look at the court orders and look at the findings of the courts, not necessarily, especially in divorce papers. We all know that divorces bring out the worst of the worst in people. You know, the reason why that they're in the divorce anyways is because their marriage brought out the worst of the worst in them. So you can't trust those things. I mean, yeah, are some of them true? Yes, there are. But here's the problem. There are some of those allegations in a lot of court paperwork that probably are true, but they're drowned out by all the people that decide to put them into the court papers in order to you know, save their home or save their interest in the retirement plan. So they put all these salacious allegations clouding when there's really problems for the people that do have those types of problems. It's like the boy calling wolf over and over again. It is what it is. So it's just, that's part of the court systems, and this is what the judges have to do. And that's why the judges, you guys get so mad at the judges in these divorce, like, how can they do that? Because they listen to all this stuff like every way from Sunday. Everybody has the same story, you know? And you don't really believe it. You think your story's so unique. It's not. If you go into, like, I tell you what, if you go into a traffic court, literally a traffic court, and you listen to the excuses, you'll find out that there's a select amount of excuses that explain a ticket that are packaged in about 1,000 different ways. But again, when you strip it all away, it comes down to just a few excuses, right? So the judge literally hears it all day, every day, like 5 days a week, his entire job. So you can imagine that he hears the stuff, and it's hard to make heads or tails of which ones are truthful and which ones aren't. So when you do have those allegations, that's why it's so important to get the paper trail. You got to get the paper trail. Even if it seems like law enforcement isn't doing anything for you, and I know it feels like that sometimes, the paper trail will help you when you get to the court. You got to have that paper trail without filing the stuff, without putting it on the record, without having an incident report done by law enforcement. It makes it harder and harder, but I really recommend that. But with SF, he's just damaged a lot of cases, and when he's not damaging cases, he's attacking the family because they don't want to work with him. What he does is he goes into these things. He basically tells them, I'll work for you. I'll do this pro bono. And then, but if you want me to do some ground searches, well, we're going to have to pimp you out on YouTube so you can, raise money and give me the money. That's his shtick right there. That's how he gets his bread and butter. I'm doing this pro bono. Oh, but you need to send me $3,000 so I can go do a ground search. That's not pro bono. Make sure when you're dealing with SF, make sure you have a contract a contract outlining exactly what this man is going to do for you. With you, when you are his client, he is required to have a contract. If he's saying that he's your client and you've never signed a contract of what he's going to do for you, then he is not your PI, and he does not work for you. The magnet's coming off. That's what I hate about these things. The magnets. These magnets just don't stay. All right, let's get you back in the hoist. Sorry, I tried, but this is the only way I'm going to get you guys. This is just not, I don't know why this is sitting awfully funny. It's just not sitting right. There we go. There we go. There, I think I got it now. So, Layla Santanello tonight, 8 o'clock, Borden Park. We just did the walk. I'm going to go ahead and get started on my day. I've already got my, I left the house. You guys know me in my my gear, right? You guys know me in my gear. Where's my knife? Hold on, let me find my knife. I found a knife. I got new ones because I brought my jersey, but I left my gear. Okay, I brought my jersey, but I left my gear. So, you guys, when you guys are watching Virginia, look for the butterflies, okay? Look for the butterflies. It will be me. It will be me. I'm going to be wearing a different type of hat. I'm not going to have my little, I may just go ahead and buy, even though I've got like 3 or 4 of my rhinestone hats at home. I ordered them because they wear like and I know I'm not going to be able to order them after like this election season. So I went ahead and ordered like 3 or 4 of my hats, but I didn't bring them with me. And so I usually wear my little frilly ones that like look like palm fronds coming off. But this year, Walmart didn't have those. So they changed it up. So this is about as American as we're going to get for this rally, right? So there you have it. So be looking for the hat with the butterflies, and you guys will see me in my Front Row Joe's jersey. So be on the lookout for that. I will be there. Be there, be square. If you guys are in the Norfolk area and would like to come to a Trump rally, if you've never been to one, please consider coming out. It is an experience that you'll never have anywhere else. And even if you don't like Trump or now it's election season. It's not about our opinions, about what we can do to get this country back on track. And all I ask is that you listen. Are you tired of being broke? I'm tired of being broke. I'm just saying. Before, when Trump was in, I had a significant little, savings. My savings is gone. Okay, my savings is gone. So, I'm ready to get my savings back in its rightful spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy. So you don't have to like Trump. All I'm asking you to do is just be open-minded. Open-minded. Just be open-minded about the messaging, because we're in a world of shit. And sometimes we got to do things we don't like to do in order to get ourselves out of the mess that we're in. And this is one of those times that I really think everybody needs to open their eyes and ears and realize something is seriously going on here. We've got a lot of illegal people doing harm to our citizens here on our own soil. That, to me, I like protection. I like to know that we're safe. If we're going to be hurt, it's like the brothers and sisters, if me and my sister get into an argument, that's me and my sister, but you better not be getting into it. You know what I'm saying? One of those things. If we're doing stuff in our own borders amongst ourselves, that's one thing. But when you're bringing somebody else in here and they're doing harm to us, it's like, no. And we're hearing that they're attacking our children and doing horrible things to our children before they, no. These are people from third world country that come here and take what they want. Even our kids, even their innocence, they don't care. They're ruthless because that is the way that they were taught and raised in their own country. That's why it is so very important that we vet the people that come here. They're not like us, okay? We lived in a civilized country. That means we don't go out, and if we want to have, sexual relations, we don't go out and take it. In their country, they will. They will. And we've got hundreds of thousands of those running all over our country. They need to be vetted. We need to know who is in our country, and we need to know who is around our children. How many more Lake and Rileys do we need in this country before we say enough's enough? That is by far one of our biggest security threats of our lifetime, is that border. So you guys can hate me, like me, or whatever, but I'm telling you, there's nobody that researches more than I do. And I tell you what, you guys know me, I would not fight so hard for one thing if I truly didn't believe that was the right way to go. I will tell you that. So whether you're a political person or not, our country's in dire straits right now. You might want to reconsider, because you know what? I hate to tell you, you're looking at your young children. They could be the next victim. I want you to think that. They could literally be the next victim. We've got a wide open border that's bringing in, like this case right here, Layla Santanello. How did she get the substances? Where did the substances come from? Where do they come from? Something to think about. All right, guys, I'm not going to bend your ear too much. We're going to say a prayer before we close out for Layla Santanello, as well as Sebastian Rogers. We're just going to have just 30 seconds of silence in honor of both of them. And we want to make sure that we realize that Layla Santanello has been gone a full year, and she needs to be recognized today more than anything. So I hope everybody, all the creators, are posting her photo today. It's an important day. A few moments. Amen, guys. Amen. All right, guys. So that's kind of our role for this one. We were out here for about an hour and a half today. You guys got to see a lay of the land. I was going to go the other way, but honestly, it looks like it's going to start raining again. And I'm going to go and just do some work somewhere and get some of the videos up from Sebastian Rogers' case. And start getting ready to go see what I can do to help. And I got to find Olivia. Olivia's somewhere around here today, so I got to go find Olivia. All right, guys, I love you. God bless. We'll see you soon. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to stay tuned here. If I can run live tonight at 8 o'clock, her vigil, I will run live. If it's just not appropriate, then I'll just videotape it and put it up, do a video later. But hopefully everything will roll out where we can go live here. I'll figure it out. But again, we'll get some footage, whether it's before or after. So I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. God bless.